Hey everyone, this is Alease Michelle, your online marketing and branding coach. I help women like you who are passionate about helping others. I help you build a brand and build a business around helping others so that you can bring in constant income. So today I am coming to you a little earlier today, but that's because I've got a couple of things that I need to do. I got a coaching call at 11 o'clock, and then I got to go and head out and spend some time with my mom and my aunt. We're going to play some bingo. Yay, exciting, right? All right, so today I am going to answer a question that was put on my personal page, and it was a question. I think I posted it maybe Wednesday, I think it was, and I got a lot of questions. And the question, I posted a post about tell me what you're struggling with starting an online business, okay? So that opened up a floodgate of people responding to me about what they're struggling with. Well, this particular question came in later on, and I think this was maybe, like, if I post that Wednesday, this came in on Thursday. And then someone else chimed in and said, yes, they were having the same issue. So I had to really think about this question because it's a two-part question. The first part I pretty much got. The second part, I sort of struggle with how I was going to answer this, okay? Because it's two parts to it, okay? So bear with me. I am going to read the question to you. And the two ladies who chimed in and say, yes, this is the same issue that I'm having. This is for you, and this is for anybody else who is having this same exact issue, okay? All right, so here's the question. She asked, how do you handle working your full-time job and have your own business, and how to protect yourself from conflict of interest? Now, the conflict of interest, protect yourself from conflict of interest, was a little confusing for me. And then it wasn't confusing because there's a double sword there, okay? So let me address the first part. How do you handle working a full-time job and have your own business? So I'm going to assume the two ladies who chimed in that you work your typical 9 to 5. You go in and or 8 to 5, 4, whatever it is. Hey, Kim, what's up? So I'm going to assume that you are working a full-time job, going in early in the morning, then you get off in the afternoon. And I'm going to also assume that you have kids, okay? Because I do know that one person who's chimed in, she does have kids. So if you have a side business, you have to find time in your day to work your business. You have to find time, okay? Now that time can be 30 minutes a day. That can be 1 hour a day. It might be only 15 minutes a day. So when I worked full time, this is how I worked my business, okay? Now, mind you, I do not have kids, but I got a mama and an aunt, and you might as well say they're my kids. I'm just kidding. All right, but what I did was on my lunch breaks, okay? I did not socialize. I did not go and eat out with other people. I did not go eat in the cafe with them and chit chat and, take up my hour. And I was serious about this thing. So I would spend the last 30 minutes of my lunch, because if you really think about it, if you eat by yourself, you don't really need the whole hour, right? So you just, you just eating and you have enough time. So that last 30 minutes of my lunch break, I will work on my business. That could be doing some research that I need to do, make some phone calls, fill out an application, whatever I need to do. If I need to make sure I get my LLC together. Kim says from midnight to 2 a.m. is when she works. Lord Jesus, I get it. Okay. So I would take those last 30 minutes of my lunch and do at least one thing that moved me toward my business, right? One thing. So that was lunch. Now, after work, and I do understand that you have kids, and so now you got to go pick up your kids from daycare or from school. You got to take them. You got to eat, and then you got to take them to any activities, outside activities. Now, during those activities, I'm going to assume that you're not doing the activities with them. So you're watching them, or you're probably sitting in the car. So what are you doing during that time? Because if you have your phone is, you can do a lot of business with phone. Again, you can do your research. You can write out a social media post. You can create a social media post graphic if you need to. So those little bit of times were when I will work on something. Now, you now have the weekend. Again, you got family to take care of, okay? So you have to find some time, an hour. So I'm just saying to you, if you came to me, I'm just like, you don't have an hour somewhere in your day to work on your business. And I know you do, and it might be you getting up an hour earlier than the kids does. Now, that's a sacrifice because for me, I'm not a morning person. So if I'm not a morning person, that means then I go to bed 1 hour later, okay? When you start a business, this ain't a holiday. It's work. You have to put the work in if you are serious about building a business. It is some overnighters. There is some nights you're going to get up, some mornings you're going to get up tired. That's the beauty of starting a business. You know you're working towards something. So if you are going to the gym to work out, you can't just be, it ain't no pain, right? No pain, no gain. Y'all heard that. That's an old saying. This is the same thing in business. No pain, no gain. Your gain would be income, consistent income. Gain would be you eventually writing that resignation letter, right? Saying that I resigned from this, right? Let me just tell you guys, when you do that, that is the best thing ever. Ooh, when you write that resignation letter, okay? Those things take work. And I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat you and tell you that it doesn't. That's the reason why so many women entrepreneurs do not make it, because they cannot put in the work. See? I mean, some people are just going to, I'm looking at people coming in and coming out because I just said something that I know is true. You're not going to put in the work. It takes work to build this business. So if you are working full time, treat your part-time business as a part-time job. So if you were going to someone's part-time job and giving them 15 hours, I guarantee you will find somewhere in your schedule to work that person's 15 hours, right? So give yourself, I'm not saying give yourself 5 hours a week. Find a way to carve out 5 hours a week for you to work on your business if you're working full time. If you caught my video, I don't even remember the title, but I broke down how I schedule my day in 4-hour chunks, okay? And for you might not have a 4-hour block to work. Maybe you want to have a 2-hour block or a 1-hour block. But I literally write a schedule for my life. I write when I take a lunch, okay? I write when I go and cook dinner. I write when I go and run errands. I write all of those things down in my calendar. So I created a schedule for myself. Just like if I was working someone's 9 to 5, they're going to create a schedule for me. So why not create my own schedule? So that is how you will work your full-time job and run your business, okay? So you have to make time. You definitely need to make time. So if that's something that you struggle with and you would like for someone to sit down with you to figure out how to strategize, how to manage your time, and just, squeeze in the activities that you need to do for your business and know what the activities that you need to do to move the needle, then you need to sit down with me for this free strategy session called Let's Do It, okay? So if you need that clarity, go to aleasemichelle.com/let's do this and apply for that free strategy session, okay? Because I can help you strategize that, and I'll give you a plan by the time we get off that phone, all right? So let me address the second thing to this, okay? Thank you, Kim. The second thing is how to protect yourself from conflict of interest. So when I saw this, I had to ask for a little bit more clarification because I wanted to make sure I was going to answer this question the right way. So I asked for more clarification saying, do you mean that so that you wouldn't get in trouble at work? And do you also mean that your peers won't get mad at you or be jealous? And she was like, yes, exactly. So I got to put my paper down and talk about that. This conflict of interest thing is a bigger thing. This has honestly, this is an internal conflict that you are having with yourself, as in somebody else is going to not like what you're doing, your job, your boss, or whatever. Okay, so how do you handle that? So the first thing that I want to say is, if you work in a company that you, let's say that. If you have a business that is doing very similar to what you do in your 9 to 5, then I can understand if that was a conflict of interest, okay? So like for me, I was a college professor. If my business was starting another fashion school, okay, then that would be a conflict of interest. I can see how that would not make my boss happy, okay? Me taking the information I've learned and I do in my 9 to 5 and applying it to my side business that is exactly the same thing, like small. I can see that that's a conflict of interest. And I would say, don't do that, okay? I would say quit that job and make sure your contract does not say that you cannot start any kind of business similar to this within a year. A lot of those contracts that you guys sign, you need to look at that, okay? So if you're doing something very similar to this, you want to, I'm going to say you're going to need to quit your job, okay? Because that really is stealing, okay? And it's not really fair to you in the company. So if you're doing a business that's very similar to the business that you're already in, okay, your 9 to 5, then I would tell you that you will want to quit your job, okay? Check your contract and make sure that it says that you cannot have it's a non-compete clause in your contract, okay? So that protects the legal part. Now this other conflict, because I don't think she was talking about that. I think she was more or less talking about, what if my boss get mad because I'm moonlighting, all right? And here's my thought about this. I thought about when I read that, I thought about when I was a young girl, and I literally, anything that I wanted to do, I had to ask permission for, okay? I had to ask my daddy, can I do this? Well, daddy, mom, can I do this? But daddy said I could do it. Or if I made a decision, I always thought, okay, if my parents going to be mad at me about this, are they going to, put me on punishment if I do this? That's a conflict of interest. What it is that I was, at that age, I had to seek permission, approval for every move that I made, because I lived in a household. They provided shelter for me. They fed me, right? That's what I should have done. They were looking out for my well-being. They were my parents. But as an adult, working for a corporate American business, they're not your parents. You owe nothing to them at all, other than you do the work, they pay you for the work. See, I think this is part of this corporate brainwash that, oh my gosh, in my private non-working hours, I must ask for approval. Y'all get me? You're asking for approval to better yourself, to have a more fulfilled life. Now, one of the things that I develop in my clients is I develop superstars. And I have never seen a superstar ask for permission to shine. I have never seen a superstar ask for permission to be awesome. And see, that's what I think this conflict of interest is. I'm sorry, I'm about to knock this down again. Is that you're asking for permission to be great. And again, I'm not knocking it, because I think we all do it in some form of fashion in our relationships, in our whole life. I remember that I would, I'm thinking of an idea, and I'm going to give an example. In high school, I was a really big idea thinker. Woo, I had a lot of ideas. Let's do this. Let's perform for the talent show. Let's do this. Let's put this show on. Let's do this community service. Let's put this group together. But I never really wanted to be the leader of that group. So I would go and ask all of my other friends for permission to say, do you think this is a good idea? Do you think I should do this? And then once they gave me the permission that, yeah, this is a good idea, I would then hand it over to somebody else to do. And then what I realized, and it took me a while, this took me a real long time to figure this out. The ideas that I would share with people, they would take it as their own. And I would like, well, shoot, I gave you the idea. Why are you not giving me credit? Well, you know what? They didn't have to give me credit because I didn't think enough of myself to say that I could do this. I didn't think I could be a superstar. I didn't think that I had greatness inside of me. So I allowed somebody else that I thought was better than me and was greater than me, that had more superstar quality than me, to take the credit. Now, that has changed. I have seen my way. I've become a lot wiser about that. So what I'm saying is, once I realized that I'm the only person that I need to ask permission of, okay? Now, if I had kids and some of my decisions that I was going to make was going to majorly affect them, then I would talk to them about it. Now, they still wouldn't have a choice about it because, again, I'm the adult, right? But I would talk to them about it. If I make a decision, and which I did, I made a decision to resign from my full-time job. Now, I knew I was going to do it, right? But I still needed to talk to my husband about it. I needed to talk to him about it, okay? I did not have to ask for permission to do it because, again, I knew what was inside of me. I knew what God's plan for me, you know, so I had to make sure I follow his plan, not someone else's plan that they had for me, you know, because I have this relationship with him that says these are the things that I need for you to do. The only permission you need to ask from is from me, from him, from God, right? I'm giving you what you need. Right? So what I want to say to you, if you are having this, what you feel, conflict of interest at work, I want you to look inside of you and say, why do I feel like I need for them to approve what I am doing? I want you to also look at, why do you feel like you need to hide what you are doing so that they don't know? So, because again, if it's about you doing a business that's very similar to the business that your 9 to 5, then your hiding and your issue with conflict of interest is valid because you are illegally not doing what you're supposed to do. That is a conflict of interest. That is, you have a clause in your contract that you can't do that. But if it's a business that has nothing to do with your 9 to 5, there should not be any conflict of interest. And if you want to hide your page because you don't want employees to talk about you, then you are in this crab in the barrel mentality. Okay, you are in a place of, oh, if you're going to be successful, I'm going to try to bring you down. That's why you need to do this business and spend sleep. I don't get hardly no sleep to get this business started so you can get the heck out of that environment. That is what is suffocating you. That crab in a barrel, I want to say thank you, Kim. Kim did a Facebook Live on that. That's some serious crap. Along with that corporate brainwashing, you also have that crab in a barrel mentality around with your coworkers. So here again, I don't even know if I shared any tips or anything because that conflict of interest stuff be pissing me off when I hear that. Because you are allowing other people to dictate your greatness, your superstar quality. Drop those people. If people around you are not building you up, encouraging you, giving you the tips and strategies to make you become the person that you have inside of you, then you need to leave those people. Those people are doing nothing but killing you. The cure, okay, to help you live a fulfilled, purposely passionate life is to do what you want to do. Do the work that he has put inside of you, the talents and gifts to help other people. Stop asking for permission and just do it. So I'm getting hot up in here about this. See, again, guys, if you don't know me and this is your first time coming across my video, then you might say, this girl don't know me like that, and I don't. Okay? I would love to know you more like that because I'm all about building superstars into superstar quality people and to superstar entrepreneurs. But what I want, thank you for the hearts. But what I want to say to you, you have the superstar quality. You don't need to ask for permission from anybody. Stop building this prison around yourself that the bars are other people, right? The bars in your prison are not metal bars. There are people that you have put in front of you that you have to ask for permission for the bar doors to open in your own jail that you have built for yourself. I want to let you know that there is no jail walls in front of you. There is no concrete walls beside you. You have open space to become who you want to be. You don't have to ask permission to step out. Okay? You don't. Be great. You can be great without asking somebody, can I be great? Eliminate those issues that you have, guys. So again, the conflict of interest, I want to say this one more time. If you are starting a business that is similar to what you are doing in your 9 to 5, then I would say don't do that. Quit the full-time job. Now, I don't know how you're going to get money or how you're going to, I'm just giving you that, right? Quit it or stop what you're doing, okay? Because you might have a clause in your contract not to do that. So again, the example that I gave, if I was a college professor full time, if I would have started a business offering fashion classes to students, okay, that would have been a conflict of interest. In my contract, I couldn't do that. But if I really had a passion to provide a school that, gave them a different type of education, then I would probably quit that job. Okay, I probably in my clause, I think in my contract says I couldn't start something like that until a year later, something like that. Y'all know the verbiage kind of stuff. But I did. My job was totally different. So, Deirdre, that's my struggle. That's your struggle. Is that your struggle, girl? Well, I'm just letting you know. I'm giving you the key. Here go the key to your prison. Open your door, okay? Open your door because you free. You need no permission to do something at all. Now, if you want me to be your cheerleader, I'll be your cheerleader and tell you, girl, get off your butt. Let's get this done. Let's work this. Because the longer you stay behind those prison doors, okay, of people, you've created a prison of people that you have to go through before you can get out. Isn't that like crazy? I will help you. I help you push those people to the side. I help you say what you need to say so that you can do what you need to do. You're not going to have to ask me permission to do it because you make that choice. Now, I was going somewhere. I had a story about this and I forgot. Oh, I know. Let me tell you. Once I realized that I did not have to ask my peers or I didn't even have to ask my family, could I start this business? Okay. I just did it. I started doing videos. I started blogging about branding and how to become, creative entrepreneurs. I started doing this, right? And I did it so well. Guess what? My 9 to 5 started asking me to do workshops. They were paying me extra to train faculty members on how to do what I was doing and apply the same skill sets that I was doing to the classroom. Get that? Okay? So sometimes, just sometimes, your 9 to 5 might be waiting for you to step out and be great. I am still known, like guys, just check this out. Because again, I'm all off subject. I have a bachelor's degree in art. Okay, art studio. I have a master's in visual communication, which is a concentration in fashion. I self-taught myself based off experiences and my results, the whole branding thing, okay? And how to market yourself online. Like there was no classes or degrees that I could get in that, right? I'm now certified, but I had to go through a whole nother entity to become a certified online marketing expert. That was probably about 2 years ago that a year ago I did that, okay? But if you walk into my university right now and they say, I need someone to help me with my marketing and branding, guess who they recommend? Me. Okay? Me. And that's because I did not ask for permission to be a superstar. I just became a star. I just made myself a star. You might as well put a star on my chest. I am Wonder Woman. Okay? That eventually helped me sell a lot of books. Everybody in the school bought a copy of my book. They helped me become a best-selling author. They helped me build my brand and to become a superstar. And that's because I did not ask for permission to be great. I just didn't. Okay? I am my own star. I shine as bright as I want to be. And I want you to be a superstar. I want you to have that same superstar quality. So the two ladies who asked me that question or just chimed in and said that they were having that same issue. I hope that helps you. I know I got all off tangent all over, but guys, look, here's the real deal. You're going to always have issues in a 9-to-5. You're going to always have issues when you are working for somebody else. The future is you starting your own business. The future is building a fulfilled lifestyle that you're passionate about. I am so glad that in January of 2016, I wrote my resignation letter to my full-time job that I thought I absolutely loved, and I walked out. It was the best decision of my life. In those 2 years, okay, I am married, got married, love my husband, yay. I have learned how to swim, yay. I am a whole lot more fit, yay. I'm going on 3 years of being cancer-free, yay. That wouldn't happen if I was still being stressful. I have built my clientele base extraordinary, okay? And I know I'm missing some things. But I would not have been able to do that if I asked for permission. If I always thought that there was going to be some conflict of interest for me to be great, to be a superstar, to shine brightly, right? So I hope that message helps you. Anybody else who jumped in, Deirdre, get with me, girl. Okay, we ain't connected in a very long time. Get with me. If you're struggling with this, go ahead and hop on and schedule your free 30-minute let's do this strategy session with me. I only have 4 spots left for the October month, okay? So go to aleasemichelle.com/let's do this, right? I'm here for you. I want you to be a superstar. Let's bring out them superstar qualities, all right? All right, guys, you guys have a great day. Talk to you later. Peace out.